everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know, my name is Mayowa, and today's video is going to be all about walking you through how to make this overlap wrap skirt. You're going to probably need like around 2 yards of fabric thereabouts to make this. So yeah, grab your pencil, your pattern, and let's get right on with today's video. But first, before we continue, if you haven't already yet subscribed to my channel, now is the time to do it, you guys. Just tap the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up sign. That means you're liking it. So you give this video a thumbs up sign and share with whoever you think might need this tutorial. So guys, I'm going to be using my cutter scale mannequin for today's tutorial, and this is the pattern I'm using for this. And like I always say, my cutter scale mannequin is like ×4 of my actual measurements. So that means if my bust is 36 inches, my cutter scale, the bust of my cutter scale mannequin is 9 inches. But since this one is not exactly a cutter scale, this is like a 1/3 scale, so it means that since my bust measurement is 36, I'm going to be dividing that 36 by 3, and that gives me 12. So the bust of my mannequin, this mannequin right here, is 12 inches. So the pattern I drew for this mannequin is not exactly a scrap pattern. It's a pattern that was accurately drafted and measured according to the measurements of my mannequin. So if you multiply this, if we scale it up by 3, like if we multiply whatever measurements we have here by 3, it's going to be my own actual measurement. Now to make this, you're going to be needing your full complete skirt pattern like this. And then and this is a pencil skirt pattern. So to get a pencil hem, just like we have here, once you get your basic skirt pattern, you go in by 1.5 inches at the hem, go in by 1.5 inches at the hem here also, then you connect back to the hips, and then you're going to have this. For a full detailed tutorial on how to make a pencil skirt, please check out my tutorial on how to make a pencil skirt with flounce at the hem. So it should be on your screen right now, but if it's not, please check it out in the description box. So now if you look at the skirt properly, you will see that there's really nothing to it apart from the wrap, the overlap on top of the skirt. So we are going to have 2 front pieces, and then we'll have like 2 back pieces that are cut separately. You understand how the back pieces are going to be, right? Then for the first front piece is going to be like normal like this. So you draft a pattern, just you can trace this out and keep it somewhere to cut out the first front piece, and then you can then you get your back pattern also, and then you cut your 2 back pieces and keep it somewhere. Then for this pattern now, we'll be using this pattern to we'll be altering this pattern to get a wrap around that overlap wrap that we have on top. Now first things first, I'm going to locate the middle of my pattern, and this is the middle right here. So just mark wherever you want your flare to start from, where you want to start altering from. You can start from the center, or you can choose to go back and start a little bit backwards from the center. So I'm going to be starting from here, then I'm going to draw slash lines from here. I'll draw slash lines here, all the way to this part. So that's what I'm going to be doing right now. So now I have my slash lines penciled in. I hope you can see this. These are my slash lines. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to cut this open all the way, but not through. So I'll cut it open and stop somewhere around here, cut it open and cut somewhere, and then do the same for the last one. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Now these are my lines slashed open. So I'm just going to place this on another piece of paper, and then I'll spread my slash lines open. Now this is what this is going to look like. You can slash this open as much as you want. It depends on how much fabric you have and how full you want the overlap to be. So yeah, if you look at the skirt very well, you would notice that the folds are not exactly equal, but if you want yours equal, you don't have to do this next step. But if you are going at what the picture I've shown, you see that the folds are not exactly equal. So I'm just going to come right here and then I'll measure the full length of my skirt here. What's the full length here? I have like 9 1/4. So I'm just going to keep from here. I'm going to reduce the length. Here I also still have 9 1/4. So I'm going to reduce the length and then I'm going to keep in from here. Let me just do it so you understand what I'm trying to say. So here I'm going to reduce the length. Let me start with 5 1/2. Then I'll come right here again and then I will increase it from 5 1/2. I can like increase it to let's do 6 1/2. Let's do 6 1/2. Then I'll come right here again and then I'll increase it to 7 1/2. Then I'll come right here and then I'll increase it again to 8 1/2. So this is how the folds are going to come. So I'm going to connect this line like this, like this. So I'm going to place this on another piece of paper and then I'll trace all of this out so that I can have like a fresh piece of paper to work on. So now this is my new pattern. So if you want to leave it like this, you can go ahead and cut your skirt like this and move on. But for me, I want to like create like a bit of pleats here. I want to create folds here. So to do that, I'm going to draw in slash lines from here. So all I want is to create like 3 folds. So I'm going to draw slash lines. You can see that my last slash line is starting from like the tip of my dart here. So if you want more than 3 pleats, you can put another one like here and then here. That is just depends on how you want, but me, I just want 3 folds on this. So and this is my first slash line, my second slash line and my third slash line. So I'm just going to draw a line from my dart here, a straight line here. So I'll draw a straight line here to like close this dart and open up this place more, a bit more. So now that's all there is to it. Let's add in our allowances. You add your ½ inch allowance here, 1 inch here, 1 inch at the hem, 1 inch at the side. So once you are done doing that, you cut all of this out. Then I'm going to place this pattern on my fabric. You can place it on another piece of paper. So like once you slash your lines open, you can place it on another piece of paper to open it up more. But just to save time, I'm going to place this on my fabric straight. So I'll just show you what I'm going to do. So I'll place this on my fabric straight and then spread it out on top of my fabric. So that is what I'm going to do now. Now these are my lines slashed open. So I'm just going to place it on my fabric now and then I'll show you how I will like spread it out. So to spread it out, I'm going to start from here. So I'll spread it just a bit. This part, I'm just going to close up the dart. So once I close it up, this place is going to open up. So I'll close the dart here. So this part is going to open up. Then I'll pin down. So when you are spreading out, anytime you have your pattern looking like this, all you have to do is just fold it down. So you take note of how much you folded here, and then you add it back to the hem of your pattern, and that's it. So I'm just going to cut this out, and that is all there is to it. And this is it. Make sure you notch all of the parts that need to be notched, just like this part here where you're going to have your pleats, so you know at what point your pleats are going to be. And that's that for the overlap piece. This is my second front piece. Like I mentioned earlier, this is my second front piece. So once I fold all of this here, I'm going to have like the same measurement of waist I have on this front piece. So this is going to be on top of this, like this. So I'll just show you how to fold it now. And these are my back pieces. This is my zip allowance right here. So these are my two back pieces. So I'm going to show you how to put all of this together, and how to sew it rather. Now this is my overlap piece. Make sure you mark down, and so that you know that this is the hem of your skirt. This is the side, and this is the waist right here. So now for the pleats, I'm going to fold them now like this. So you move to your next notched part, then you also fold it like this. Move this notched part to the next notched part, like this. Now this is what this is going to look like. Now the next thing is to iron all of these flats. Now you can see that I have ironed these flats. Just look at it. So these are my folds. You can proceed to taking out your pins now, or if you're not comfortable, you can still leave the pins in. Then I'll pick up my second front piece. This is my second front piece. So I'm just going to place this on top of this. So I'm going to arrange it on top of this like this. Now if you look at it, you see that this is still like a bit, like here is too, like you can see that this is like extending over your actual front piece. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fold this like this. So wherever you want your wrap or your overlap to stop here, so you fold it like this on top of it. You can see what I've just done. Then you pin this down and iron flat again. Just look at it. So you pin this place down, and then you go to iron this part flat. So it's going to look like a wrapper that is tied, like this is the knot here. So the wrapper is tied like here. If you want it to be here, that means when you are drafting your pattern, you make sure that the flare is like, you spread out like so much that you can now come and put your knot or your wrap. Your wrap is not going to stop here, but for me I want it to stop like somewhere here. So I'm going to iron all of this flat. So if you are sewing yours, obviously you know that you need to finish all the edges before you do any of this. So you have to, like, if you want to cut a lining for this, you have to like cut your lining and turn everything here out before you even fold your pleats, these pleats that I did here, and before you do these folds here. So you have to do all of that first before you do that. So then now I'm going to iron this flat, and then I'll place my back pieces on top of this, and then I'll sew at the sides, and that will be all for making this skirt. Now this is my skirt right here, you can see this. So I'm just going to sew a straight stitch down here. I'm going to take out my pins and sew a straight stitch down here, just so that these two things can become one. So now I'm going to place my back pieces on this, and then I'll sew down. You sew down by 1 inch here, and then you place your second back piece and you sew down by 1 inch here also, and then you close your zip allowance and leave some space on top here to fix your zipper here. So now I'm just going to do that. And that's it, guys. If you want to, if you feel like you want to make this into a dress, all you have to do is to get your bodice piece and then you attach this to your waist, and then you have a dress. But if you feel like you want to leave it as a skirt, all you have to do is just attach your waistband like here at the waist, and that is it. If you want a detailed tutorial on how to attach your waistband to your skirt, please check out my video tutorial on how to make a pencil skirt with flounce at the hem. So, and that's basically all of it. So this is our wrap. Subscribe to my channel, guys. Give this video a thumbs up sign, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.